Greetings everyone, and welcome to SMOOREZ' Halloween special of 2022. Many years ago, right on this mousepad, one phone was featured here that was worse than all the others. Not the Susan M5, not the baby phone, the one I swore I'd never look at again, the one sent straight from hell, the X-SERLES. Hell and torment wait inside of this. This will indeed be a very spooky edition. Sit back and prepare for hell. Welcome to hell.
And that, my friends, is why you do not do death metal. What can I do with a severed hand, honestly? What the hell am I supposed to do with this display? We should take photos of him. Maybe I should name him or something. What do you want to be named?
Fucking birds.
Yeah, that'll do. Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another Cheapo phone review. I hope you enjoyed that little intro. Greetings everyone, and welcome back to another Cheapo phone review. I hope you enjoyed that little intro. I just thought it'd be fun to do an evil voice and reminisce about the wonderful time that I had with the X-SERLES X27 Plus thing that I featured on the channel quite a while ago now. And this was the one I featured. If you want to have a look at that original video, feel free to check the cards up here, as I did call that the worst wish phone I've ever had a look at. Now, I've not watched that video for a very long time, so I've forgotten everything that I did in that video. So I'm going to be going into this video with an open mind and just go back through this and see if it is actually that bad. But I'm not going to be reviewing the same unit again, because if you've already seen the thumbnail, I managed to find a second one. Before I do continue on though, I'll let you all know now there's timestamps in the description and in pinned comments, so you can skip to wherever you need to be. Since this is a rehash of an older video, you've probably seen the majority of the stuff I'm going to feature in this one, but if you want to stick around and watch to the end, that'd be much appreciated. If not, you can use the timestamps to skip along. I got this at the end of 2020 from all places but Cash Converters, and they had 69 bucks on it, which this was the original box that actually came with the X27 X-SERLES thing. I think I got this for 30 bucks off them. I told them what it was and they said, yep, take it, we don't want it. I don't even know why they bought it in the first place, and they actually called it an X series X27 Plus. But a very big contrast from the spray painted pink to purple, we now have spray painted light blue to dark blue. Both units are exactly the same as far as I can tell, all complete with X-SERLES and spelling mistakes and everything like that. So we can disregard this one, since I've already reviewed that, and we'll focus our attention on this one today. Now, I actually reviewed the Susan M5 again, because I thought that surely can't be as bad as I remember it, and it turns out it was as bad as I remember it. That's also carded up here as well if you want to see that one. That phone was barely usable. Let's see if the X-SERLES X27 Plus is any better years later, if I can actually tolerate this. Now I can actually put QuickShortcutMaker on this, and GTA 3 as a gaming test, just so I can get a better understanding of the performance. Also, I've deliberately forgotten the specs of this, but I think I slightly remember what specs are in this thing. But anyways, you've been staring at the back cover. X-SERLES, Liga, not Leaker, Liga, and the AI vision camera, because there's just one. We've got two dud cameras right next to each other, and the LED flash. Of course, the fingerprint sensor, get back to that soon if you haven't seen the original video. Power button and volume rocker on the side, dual speaker grills on the bottom, as well as a hole for a microphone, and on that side it's got nothing, and at the top we got a micro USB port and headphone jack. In the front of it, oh my god, we have a fake notch, and we have big huge bezels on this thing. I don't think they sell this anymore, thank god. The display is 5.7 inches, and I think the resolution is 854 by 480. All I know is that the viewing angles on this are absolutely terrible. You'll see that very soon. Otherwise, at the top we've got some fake sensors, an earpiece, and the crappy front camera. Taking the back cover off, take note of the fingerprint sensor, okay? You still taking note of it? Alright. Because, you know, that's just wireless technology. Whoop. Works. Absolutely legitimate. Inside we have the 4,800 milliamp hour battery that's kind of falling apart. Oh, 4,000 milliamp hours, sorry, my bad, which is an absolute pancake of a thing, and lasts about half an hour before it starts yelling at me to charge it again. Both SIM slots there, only has 3G, does not have 4G, but I'm pretty sure we can change the specs in QuickShortcutMaker, so we'll do that. Micro SD card slot, the frame, which looks a little something like that. The manufacturing date says September 2020, which makes sense because I got this in November of 2020. We also have a do not touch touch sign just there. So I've put a Telstra SIM and my micro SD card in. Also the sticker that's under the battery says it's the X27 Plus with both IMEIs. Feel free to look these up and tell me where these are pinched from. I wonder where these are pinched from. It'd be funny if it comes back as a Huawei or something. And then we have some certifications there as well, which it probably didn't pass anything. It's not even worth recycling this. Oh, that's right. These cameras are wireless. I remember. There you go. See, wireless cameras. Perfect. Just on that piece of aluminium there. Yeah, they're decorative cameras. That's Xcody's patented trademark there. I've dumped the system files from this thing, so feel free to go through them and tell me if you find anything down in the comments below. Time to relive the memories of the X-SERLES. It is not a welcome, it is a loading. Good old loading. Wait for the... Such a beautiful boot up tone. Don't even know where that's pinched from. Someone probably told me in the comments of the old video, I just don't remember. Wait for it. There we go, we've booted up, and you can immediately see the terrible viewing angles of this display. If you just slightly tilt this thing, you can't see anything. I'll just show you the display up close. Very low resolution, not clear at all, but at least it has a display. I'm trying to think of a positive here. We've got 3G at the top, not 4G. Maybe this one isn't lying. Alright, let me bump the volume up. Okay, the volume's all the way up. Let's touch and hold on the main screen. Settings. Oh, that just brings up settings. That's completely fair. Wallpapers. Let's see what these are stolen off. Probably Huawei, most likely. Oh, that's a Porsche something or other. That was on... what phone was that on? Don't remember. That's definitely Huawei. That's probably Huawei. Most likely Huawei. Yeah. Oh, Road. Wii. Oh, that's iPhone. Unless that's Huawei. More stuff that's stolen. Yep, stolen, stolen. Oh, that's probably not stolen. Oh, it probably is. Oh, City. That's definitely Huawei. I remember that on a P10. And that there. So what should we set? I reckon we should set the car. And we'll set Wallpap. Perfect. Swiping down, we have a very Android 4 looking interface here. But we have owner, battery percent, settings, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, airplay mode, data usage, audio profiles, brightness, and auto rotation. No torch here because it's actually an application. I want you to all hear the vibration motor in this thing. It sounds like a horde of angry bees trying to get through a pane of glass, if I'm being generous. Application-wise, we have settings, music, calculator, search, clock, phone, messaging, contacts, camera, and browser. Swiping along, we have WhatsApp, SIM toolkit, backup and restore, downloads, Facebook, face lock, flashlight, gallery, sound recorder, file manager, FM radio, videos, calendar, and finally Google settings and Play Store. Before I jump into settings, I will just say, performance-wise so far, it's okay. It's usable at this point in time. I think once I start installing stuff on here, it will just go, nope, I don't want to do anything anymore. I'll connect to Wi-Fi while I'm here, which it didn't even find my Wi-Fi. Nope, it found it. Standard Android 4 keyboard. I think Frozen Keyboard is actually on here by default, if I remember correctly. Alright, I've connected via Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data usage. In more, do we have anything fancy? Nope. Mobile network, so I'll quickly just double check this. It says 3G service. Did the other one actually claim it had 4G? It probably did, but I will just double check to make sure this is 3G. Fairly sure I remember it being 3G. Telstra 3G. Well, I'm going to give this thing a call then, and see how the earpiece and microphone sound. What's the default ringtone? Wouldn't be Flutie Phone, would it? Oh, okay. Oh, it flashes when you call it too.
The mobile service you have called is currently unavailable. Please try again.
I'll do that again.
Oh god, here's the earpiece quality of the X27 X-SERLES thing. It sounds okay from my test, but it's not really the greatest. It's got a lot of distortion and tinniness and all that sort of stuff to it. And just on the microphone quality on the X27 X-SERLES thing, this is what it sounds like. If I haven't killed the microphone's already dead. Probably happened by itself, I don't know, but this is what it sounds like.
The earpiece is kind of loud, but it also has a lot of distortion to it. The microphone is just very tacky in terms of quality, but I can't expect terribly much off a very cheapo phone like this. I still don't hate it as of yet. Give it time and I will hate it. Moving down within settings, we've got audio profiles with Bess Auden. Good old Bess Auden. Guess I'll just leave that. I'll just check the ringtones really quickly. You'll have to tell me if they're pinched off anything. I'm starting to get a bit of lag. Just looking through settings, I'm already experiencing lag. Starting to hate it ever so slightly. Let's try the fingerprint though, that might help. The fingerprint features, touchscreen fingerprint. Here we go. Does he work? Aw, this would have been hilarious if this worked. Oh well. Maybe one day, friend, you'll be useful. It's just... record successfully. So now you can unlock it by just giving it a... literally fist bump it. Unlock it with your knee. Yep, unlock it with my head. Yep, amazing new generation optical fingerprint sensor right there. Absolutely no effort has been put into it. Let's put a fake fingerprint sensor on the back. Yeah, let's also put one here too. Dual fake fingerprints. Perfect. Display, we have themes, which is just default, can't change much there. Wallpaper, brightness, all that sort of good stuff. Call a flash, turn on back flashlight, which is what happens when you call it. It just flashes like a rave party. We have 64 gigabytes of internal storage, supposedly, and 16 gig for my micro SD card. Battery, we probably have 10 minutes remaining. 81%. I'll just put the battery percentage on and you can watch it just slowly die. We'll quickly go through all of the system apps. So straight away, boot logo switch. I want to try that when we get to QuickShortcutMaker. We also have a bunch of stuff there. There's Cheeky Android. Good to see you again, buddy. Good to see you. Anything else that might look dodgy? Frozen keyboard. Good old frozen keyboard. Anything else? Lollipop Land. So it's definitely not running Lollipop, I can tell you that. Definitely not running Lollipop. There's Search, there's Sim Toolkit, Lollipop for System UI, but it's definitely not Lollipop, unless this is a newer model that runs Lollipop, but I don't think so. Regardless, that is pretty much everything within apps. Once I open QuickShortcutMaker, I'll just go ahead and see what we can do. Location, security, I think face unlock's here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, face unlock. Set it up. I remember laughing at the liveness check on this. I do remember that. Show your face. Okay. Well, look at the viewing angles. Alright, let's see if this works. It works. I don't know if you see my stupid face I pulled there. You probably couldn't because of the terrible LCD that they've thrown on here. In accessibility, is there anything within here? Talkback, you can actually install it free from the Android market. Back when it was called the Android market, eh? But otherwise, no services installed and just basic stuff within here. Printing, developer options. Let's put the window animations down, actually. That might help ever so slightly make this thing feel faster. Is that better? No, it barely works. That's okay. About phone, wireless update, detection of update. So it is the 3G X27 Plus. A new version is being detected. Is the latest version. Sad. In status, we have the serial number at 0123456789abcdf as usual, and both IMEIs are displayed on screen. Feel free to check these up and tell me where they pinch from once again. Model is the X27 Plus with a MediaTek MTK 6739, and the kernel is an 8-core Android 8.0. So if we just trigger the Easter egg, it comes up with Oreo. So if we just do this. Oh, that's as far as I'll get with the Easter egg. Okay, we'll change it later on. Baseband version, kernel version, build number, and that's about it. I do remember the touchscreen becoming iffy on the other one. This one's also kind of doing the same thing. Some points the touch doesn't work. I'll go to do something. Yeah, there you go, like that. It just kind of works when it wants to work. You've got to give it a firm... There you go. Now it works. If I go to search at the top, it just searches. So if I put hello, it searches the entire phone and you can find stuff. So I put files. There you go, it comes up. Camera's just sort of sitting here looking at me. So I'm going to go ahead and open camera. Oh boy. Yep, autofocus. Works fine. No problems. 100% legit. This is as basic as you can get. 16 megapixels for the rear camera supposedly, and the video quality is high. Supposedly manual focus, but there's none, I can tell you that. The front camera is just as bad. There you go. Not that you can see what's going on, and that's 8 megapixels, and the video quality is high. I've already done the camera test with this. Shh, friend, shh. I've already done the camera test with this. I've taken photos and videos with the X-SERLES X27 Plus, and I'll splice them in and enjoy what you're about to see. Here we are, folks. Testing the rear camera quality on the X27 X-SERLES thing. Oh god. Well, there's a car doing a burnout not too far away. That's completely fine. It says we have autofocus and manual focus, but that doesn't do anything. And jelly movement is clearly on. I think the Susan M5 was slightly worse than this. I don't really remember, but this looks pretty bad still. Not that I can see anything on the display because the viewing angles are terrible. Maybe if I just hold it very still, it looks good, but the minute I move it, everything just turns into a blobby jelly mess. Looks like it's underwater. And there's no options in the camera settings, which you obviously seen when I was going through the camera. It's just very basic, nothing much to it. There's Maggie the Magpie there. One day I'm going to find that it's going to be knocked over for some reason. The brick wall and the bolts, oh, you can see them. I think I can see them. Oh, is that missing a bolt? I think I'm missing one. Stuart and Mick just there. I think I need to re-glue Stuart's head back together because it looks like it's breaking again. The lemon tree with 1 lemon, 2 lemon. I think that's it though. And the faraway aircon looks a little something like this. Wow, 4 times. Can you actually see that it says breezer? No, barely. Looks like a blob to me. Alrighty, well that's the rear camera on this. If you press stop recording, it refuses to do it. That's fair, okay. Whoop, does it work? Probably not. The phone is kind of dying when trying to record with the LED flash on. Oh, good old X-SERLES. Never lets me down. Actually, it's not too bad, the LED flash at night time. But still, it's pretty weak. Ripley, do you approve of this phone? I don't think you do. You approve of it? No? You just want to play dead? Yeah, because this phone is really good. Amazing quality, isn't it? You just look like a white mess on the display that I can barely see. Yep. Whee! Oh, you're stuck. Do you want me to help you? There you go. Whoop. There you go. You're not stuck now. That's better. If you like the phone flop. No, you just want to run away from it? Okay, that's fair. That means you really enjoy it. Yep, you just want to run away from it. I would too. I can't believe it's come to this. I'm testing video quality on the front camera for the X27 X-SERLES thing. I can't believe I'm coming back to this. Oh boy. How does it look? Good. Fabulous. I'm just going to do this for a while. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having a good day. I certainly am. Yep. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's intense. Get some good screenshots from that one. Yep. Okay, there we go. I can also zoom in. That's a bit ghastly there. Look at how bright that is. Wow. If you hold it about 2 millimeters away from any object, you can start to see it, but if you just move away, you can't see anything. You've seen the photos and videos that I took with this. They're good. That's all I'll say is that they're good. They're really good. Amazing quality. Beats the Susan M5. That's not being sarcastic. It actually does beat the Susan M5. It takes photos and it takes videos. That's the only positives I'll say about this. Honestly though, not the worst quality I've seen. 480p video on both front and back cameras. Let's give it some credit. At least it tried. Moving on, we've got music. Let's do the speaker test and see how this sounds. Can it be as bad as the Susan M5 and sound like a tin can? Well, only time will tell. Speakers there. I can feel my eardrums kind of going a little numb. Yep. Tin can. not the worst I've heard. Actually, you should all let me know down in the comments below, which is the worst speaker that you've heard from a Wacom device. I might have that in my pinned comment so you can all reply to that, because honestly, I don't know what's the worst speaker that I've had on a Wacom device. But otherwise, at this point, I'm only slightly hating this phone so far. It's still usable 50% of the time, but let's keep moving on, see if I change my mind. Calculator? I clearly pressed calculator, didn't I? There we go. Calculator looks like Android 4 calculator. Clock looks like clock. Browser. Well, there's Google. Let's type in. Let's not type in. We can wait. That's okay. Oh, there we go. X-SERLES X27. This is painful. I'll just wait. It's loading using the very fast speeds of Wi-Fi. You can see the data moving from this to that. Nice and fast. Okay, it's not doing anything. Oh, there we go. Got it to work. You just gotta give it another try. Let's just have a look at this site just randomly. Today we were managed to publish the flash file firmware of X-SERLES X27. Oh, well, I've just kind of ruined what it's running. MT6572 and Android 4.4.2. Honestly, most of you should remember the specifications of this anyways. I just literally don't remember. How do I update the flash file? Break the phone in half, throw it out the window, and that is the easiest way to do it. Look, browsing does work on this, but I don't think you'd get too far. They still sell this? No, they don't. Do they actually legitimately still sell this on Joom? How much is this thing if it loads? Doesn't appear to work. Okay, I tried. Maybe it will tell me the price? No, it doesn't. Let me tell you how much it is. Oh, they're sold out, thank God, but was selling for $138 Australian and claims that it runs Android 9.1. Well, I guess browsing is okay if you're just browsing Google, but if you push it any further, you won't get far. Let's go straight to YouTube then. Let's do the YouTube test. Can't be that bad. Nah. Oh, look at that lag go. Amazing. The sheer power of this is just unprecedented. Okay, Costa Rica. Oh. It's lagging on an ad. I feel good. I feel good. I also feel like KFC. Let's stop it right there. Let's put it to 1080p. Oh boy, I want to see it struggle. Oh. Oh. Watch it go. Watch it just chug along. This is good. At least I'm getting about 0.25 frames a second, if that. Oh, just wait for it. Oh, oh, there's supposed to be another scene. Hang on. Just wait. It's kicking in. Don't worry. This is like YouTube back in 2006, when there was only one video on the site. This is how it probably would have been on your internet connection. Okay, this is great on 1080p. I can't even pause the video. It actually has to load to pause the video. I'm pushing this poor thing to its limits. Okay, I've now reinstated that I absolutely hate this thing. I want to go back, please. Give me my 512 megs of RAM back. Going back to when I first reviewed it to now, nothing's changed. I will say honestly though, 1080p YouTube is not going to run fantastic on a device like this. 360p probably would have ran absolutely fine. Let's move on. WhatsApp, SIM toolkit, backup restore, we don't need to do anything. Downloads, Facebook, face lock, which I've already improved my face. Yes, there's the liveness check there. Gotta check to see if you're alive or not. Flashlight and gallery. What does gallery look like? I took a picture of Swoldoge. People told me to use Swoldoge in my camera test, so there it is. Sound recorder looks like the usual. File manager, usual Android 4.1. FM radio. Let's give it a go. Oh, hang on. Oh. Is that in? That's in, I think. Okay, well let's find a radio station.
At the time, you may have now seen it on TikTok. It has had a second life online, and we're going to speak to the...
You said TikTok, I'm turning this off. Videos is just going to show videos, and calendar is just going to be a calendar. That's about it. Alright, well that's literally everything on this phone to test so far. Let me go ahead and install a bunch of applications, and we'll see if it can play Grand Theft Auto 3, number one. Number two, stuff around in QuickShortcutMaker and change the boot logo and stuff. And number three, I'll double check the specs to make sure that I remember what's going on here. We'll be back soon. I have somehow managed to get Grand Theft Auto 3 installed. Let me see if it actually works. No, it doesn't. And unfortunately, I can't get Grand Theft Auto 3 to work. I've tried multiple methods and trying to change the storage to the microSD card, but unfortunately it just refuses to work. So I think I probably had the same issues on the original one. I also tried to install RetroArch, but that threw back an error as well. So gaming is not going to happen with this. Alright, I've managed to install more applications, so I'll open device info hardware first just to double check all the specs. God, the viewing angles, man. I keep complaining about them, but they're terrible. 960 by 480 is the display, supposedly. Android 8.0, bunch of cameras. Oh, we have other. Dummy camera and dummy EEPROM. That's fair. 4GB LP DDR2 and a Hynix module that says 64GB. That's all incorrect. That's all incorrect there, except the Mali 400MP GPU. That's correct. X27 Plus is the manufacturer. X27 Plus is the model. X27 Plus is also the brand. Running KitKat. 960 by 480. Do the multi-touch test. Probably 2. Yep, 2-point multi-touch. The refresh rate's not even at 60Hz, it's at 53.2. It's close enough. 4GB DDR2, sure is. Oh yes, 16 megapixels, yep, sure is as well. 4000 mAh battery that they've put in this, yep, all looking good. Thermal, 44 degrees on the CPU, which is about correct. It's fairly warm right about here. It's actually quite warm. Sensors, we have an accelerometer, a light sensor, and a proximity sensor. That's surprising. I'll actually check the motherboard to see if there's a light sensor on there. I don't remember there being one. We'll check this just to make sure we know the specs. X27 Plus, MT6572, there it is, Android 4.4.2, all confirmed there. The MT6572 is a dual-core processor. The memory, we have, I would say, 2GB of internal memory. I'll have to double-check this, but I'm fairly sure it was 2GB, but RAM is 512 meg. 4.2 inches it reckons the screen is. That's not correct. Battery, let's see. Nope, doesn't say anything there. Thermal, 35 degrees and 25 degrees. Sensors, accelerometer, seems to be correct, but proximity and light sensor are just generic, so I don't think there's actually any in here. Cameras, 3.6 megapixels for the back and 0.9 megapixels for the front. Now it was 1600 by 1200 for the back and 768 by 1024 for the front. Close enough. I'm going to install secret codes as well, just to quickly check these. It might not be anything. Okay. Boot logo switch. Comes up with right IMEI. Device info switch. When modifying the model, please turn on the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, WLAN, hotspot. Ensure that all models take effect. Engineer mode. Oh, yep, that's the MediaTek testing tool. Google Play stuff. Home screen tips. Oh, yeah, home screen tips. I know that. ROM RAM switch. Stuff that I didn't feature in the original video. Settings just brings up MediaTek settings. And wireless update. Doesn't do anything. Alright, now that I'm in QuickShortcutMaker, we have artificial switch. What is this? Here is where I can change all the settings. So it's actually set to 3G, surprisingly, but you can set it to 4G if you want to. Oh, I can't even change everything to the real specs anyways. So I'll just do 4G, 1300 watts, 2300 watts, 9.1, and a 10 core. Now if I just reboot, let's see what I've done. Sounds good. That lag. Oh, we've got 4G now. Magic. Now if I come into settings, oh, it's now a 10 core with Android 9.1. Let's see if the Easter egg changes. Oh, look at that. It's just a JPEG. Oh, no, it's not. I take that back. It just changes colors and that's it. You can't do anything else. I've changed the rear camera to 23 megapixels now. Alright, coming back to QuickShortcutMaker. Let's see what else we can do. Com.Leslie boot logo switch. Let's try boot logo switch. Who is Bo Barry? What the fuck is Bo Barry? Alright. Let me try Bo Barry then. Okay. It's a Bo Barry. Hey Bo Barry, good to meet you. I don't have any words for what I just heard. No words. Well, at least we know the X-SERLES is called a Bo Barry now. It's a loading Bo Barry X-SERLES X27 Plus. This pin just doesn't even want to work now. Let's see what else we can stuff around with. What other dodgy stuff's in here? Common data service is cheeky Android. Device management is MediaTek. Device info switch. So now we can call this... this is where... Okay. What would we like to call this? It's now the Bo Barry X-SERLES X27 Plus. So if I come into settings, it should now say that. Yes, it does. I've hated this phone and now I like it because of the dodginess. Firmware upgrade. Oh, that's part of Android. Okay, never mind. Factory mode? Obviously this is going to be, yep. Reset phone, just a big red thing there. Frozen keyboard. I've never actually opened Frozen keyboard up. Who made it? That's who made it. You've made it onto a lot of welcome devices, whoever you are. Lollipop lands here. Hey, gaming. Ooh. Yay. Oh. Get more than one. Oh. 1. Oh, so close. Well, there's your gaming test. What's the plus do? Oh, the plus is settings. That was on easy. Let me put it on kid and see if I can do this. So this would obviously just be an app that someone has ported. This is not the legitimate one, because they don't have these settings. Oh yeah, kid settings. Yay! I can actually get more than... Wait for it. Got more than 5. I'm happy with that. ROM and RAM switch. Okie dokie. Oh, I can actually put real. Let's put real for ROM, and the RAM we know is 512 meg. So let's just put it as 32 gigabytes. Perfect. Okay, so now that I've done that, see if there's anything else. System UI is here. Oh, I've never seen this before. What the hell have I done? It said dessert case. I've never... No. Never seen this before. Never. There's always a first. Yeah, Lollipop Land is by J Rummy Apps. Alright, well that's pretty much everything in QuickShortcutMaker, so let me reboot this, and we'll see the 32 megs of RAM, as well as the real storage. Just agree. There we go, it's changed in device info hardware. It doesn't actually change in the Android settings. 1.3 gigs total, so I'd say 2 gigabytes, and I've changed it to 32 gigs of RAM, because why not? If I go to system, what does it say here? Oh yeah, Bowberry X-SERLES X27 Plus. That's the correct name for this. That's everything that is on the Bowberry X-SERLES X27 Plus thing. Glad I was able to change the specifications in QuickShortcutMaker and stuff, as I didn't do that last time. Otherwise, the general usability and performance of this is still fairly dog shit. A screen that has viewing angles of 1 degree and that's about it. 3G works, kind of. It's not the worst Welcome phone. Sorry, it's not even Welcome, it's a loading. It's not the worst phone I've ever looked at on the channel, but it is in the ranks of it's pretty bad. Maybe this one just had some hiccups along the way, but I still absolutely hate this one. But I'll give a little bit of respect, just a tiny bit of respect to this one for at least lasting through the review and allowing me to take some photos and stuff without complaining. Okay, let's tear it down now. Hear this one more time. Sounds good. Alright, so I'll take all the screws out and we'll take a look at the guts. Finally, popping the frame off. I can get access to the guts. Obviously, I've had a look at the camera bump already. So we do have a sticker right there, which says 3G and some other stuff. Just love the wires that are just snaked through there, down to the bottom where the loudspeaker is. An antenna there, and the microphone just kicking around. We have the rear camera just folded down there with the really bright LED flash attached to it. Coin style vibration motor, touch, micro USB, headphone jack. Let me have a look at the other side. Here it all is. Front camera does have a code on it, if you can see that. It does say MT6572 printed directly on there. Otherwise, nothing too exciting here, so I'll pull the shielding off just to double check. If I kill it, it doesn't matter. Well, it does matter, actually. I want it to still live, but, you know. MediaTek MT6572 right there, as well as a Hynix module, which I'll double check them and let you know what these are. And of course, there is no light sensors or anything like that. It's all just decoration on the frame, which is a very thin metal frame that the LCD is just plopped onto. Well, in terms of quality, looks good. I also pulled a lot of the PCB up with this. It's fine, let me put it back together and we'll test to see if it still works. Alright, let's check to see if Bowberry still works. While it is booting up, hopefully it boots up. Yep, it still works. I'll display the full specifications to the side of the device, so feel free to pause the video if you want to read it all. Pretty sure it's all correct. I'll probably just copy and paste the one from the previous video. Yep. Everything's perfect. Okay, just make sure touch still works. Yep, good enough. Fantastic, I'll never have to look at that again. As I said, not the worst I've had a look at, but it's in that bottom tier list. But anyways, folks, that's all I've got to show for the other X-SERLES that's been sitting around for quite a while. I figured I'd make this a Halloween special, just revisiting an old terrible phone, and it's still terrible. Not as bad as I remember it though. Susan M5 is definitely worse, and the PP phone is also pretty bad as well. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you had to use a timestamp, so that's all good. That's why they're there. That's why I always include them. If you need to use them to skip through, that's completely fine. System files are in the description below. Feel free to go through them and see what you find. And that is pretty much all I have to say for my 2022 Halloween special. I hope you enjoyed this spooky installment. Thank you so much for watching once again, I really do appreciate it. And as always, take care, stay safe, and be good people. And I'll see you all in the next video, which should be more cheapo stuff, most likely. Anyways, until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. It would have made sense to put a band-aid on the thumb. Oh well. Look, you would never have known. This is the start of the Halloween special. Here it is here. The X-SERLES X27 PLUS. It's the most unique thing in the world. And the one with each and everything put into it right here.
It is banished from hell and brought back with the disembodied voices of those who tried to use it.
And now those people are trying to get inside of my head.
That's definitely something I don't want to fuck around with. So fuck off. We don't want to review you. We'll review the hand instead. Yeah. What a good intro. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.